the goal is not to stop it completely. A little self-criticism can be a good thing, give you a reality check that motivates you to be a better person. But there is a big difference between I need to read more and saying things like, I am not that smart, I am not good enough, I have a horrible memory. So studies show that negative self-talk is associated with everything from higher levels of stress to depression. So what do you do with your negative self-talk? First, here's two things you do not want to do. You don't fight them and you don't fight for them. What do I mean about don't fight them? What I mean by that is don't try to resist doing these things because, as you know, what you resist persists. If I ask you not to think of a big purple giraffe, don't think of a big purple giraffe, don't think of a big purple giraffe, what do? You see that big purple giraffe in front of you, right? So don't resist it, don't fight them. And the other thing is, don't fight for them. Don't fight for them. A lot of people, they're always fighting for their limitations. They're talking about how they can't remember things. They can't remember names. They're so overloaded. They can't keep up. And here's the thing. If you fight for your limitations, you get to keep them. If you argue for your limits, you get to keep them. So, how do you stop beating yourself up and replace this negative self-talk? You could do so using the magical words abracadabra. Abracadabra. You know, the word abracadabra is derived from an Aramaic phrase that means, I create as I speak. In the Hebrew language, this phrase translates into, it came to pass as it was spoken. You know, words indeed have power.
Greetings to the Artist Journal family, wherever you guys might be in the world. I want to say welcome. I hope wherever you guys are at, it is warmer than it is here in Washington, D.C. I'm currently on the launching pad, headed to the beautiful continent of Africa. I would like every one of you to hit that like, share, and subscribe button if you haven't yet. Need some more lighting. If you haven't yet, please go ahead and do that for me. This is a platform where we just talk about cool things as it pertains to the African diaspora and you know, things that we just need to be up on as a community, etc., etc., etc. So I want to talk today, family. Like I said, I'm on a launching pad, definitely. So stay tuned, fam. We getting out of here. I'm gonna say in a few weeks. So stay tuned for that. I'm not gonna give the exact day. I'm not gonna give the exact country, but we are on the launching pad. So you gotta keep up with your boy. You gotta keep up with me as I upload content on a daily basis for you guys. I've been dropping videos after videos after videos. So stay tuned and continue to tune in. I appreciate you guys always. Today I want to talk about negative self-sabotaging thoughts. That it's imperative upon us, if we are looking to be successful in this environment, in this world, in this matrix of sorts. That I talked last week to the tribe about the negative things that we must abstain from that keep us bound to the matrix, right? And it's a major key component that I didn't put in there, and that's negative self-sabotaging thoughts, family. As a man thinketh, so is he. There's a passage out of the Bible, and it's also a book that was created, that was written by James Allen. It's a book that breaks down the mechanics of the mind, the mechanics of thought, how thought works, how certain thoughts, seeds are planted and how we actually have to maintain and preserve your mind. For the mind, again, is likened unto a garden that if you see weeds happen to grow, which is synonymous to negative chatter or negative self-talk, you have to do your due diligence to uproot those weeds or those negative thoughts, because potentially those thoughts, and even from a scientific standpoint, if you meditate and think about a thought, no matter if it's good, positive, or negative, right? If you think and stay on that thought for over 17 seconds, that there's a great possibility and potential for that thought to take root and then begin to manifest in your life. So it is imperative for us to think on our feet, to be alert and aware of the things that we ingest, both physically, spiritually, and mentally. You know, most successful people, they spend a lot of their time consuming and observing life-enhancing material, documentaries, books, conversation. They spend a lot of time in libraries. They spend a lot of time in the field of arts, right? They don't listen to any kind of music. Mozart, reggae, classical. You know what I mean, family? To ingest good life enhancing material is the order of the day, right? So definitely we have to make sure that we're not sitting around, you know, if you made a mistake or it's hard for you to learn a particular thing. You don't want to beat yourself up about these things. You have to be careful on how you talk to yourself. Man, I ain't good enough. Oh, I'm such a loser. Oh, I can't never get it right. Beware of that, family. Don't do that to yourself. Chai tea, as always, with the good almond milk and your good raw honey. Again, y'all don't know about that. So again, family, negative self-talk, well, you would find yourself in a whirlwind of trouble. You will find yourself in places that you would never consider that you'll be. I'll give you a little story, right? I remember I was 18 years old. I was 17 going on 18. And back then I thought I was a tough guy. Not really. All of the knuckleheads in the neighborhood, I was extremely cool with all of them. I was like one of the chill brothers in the neighborhood. So all of the so-called gangsters, and I was there. I represented, you know, the calm side of them. So real gangsters, they understand that at the end of the day, when they're home by themselves, it's a front. You know what I mean? And I didn't really project that kind of front. Like I was all that, I was tough, I was mean, but they did. So when they got around me, I represented the calm, the peace, you know what I mean? We just chilling, the cool kid on the block, moving around a little bit, had the girls, you know. So, long story short, I got in a situation. I was facing 30 years. I'm in DC jail. They didn't have enough room down there, so for whatever reason, they shipped me down to, back then it was called Lawton. And it was a facility. It had levels to Lord. You had your medium, your minimum. You had central, behind the wall, Occoquan. They sent me to Occoquan, and Occoquan was considered a maximum facility. Now here it is. I'm 18 years old, 143 pounds, and I'm in the maximum facility facing 30 years with no time. I'm going back and forth to court. Don't know what's my fate will be. And one day I'm out on the yard and I'm looking, and all I could smell, down in Virginia, Lorton, Virginia, they have like dumping fields. So you would smell the trash, and you could it was just rancid. And the chatter from the yard, and people playing ball, and people acting crazy, and people out there sharpening knives. It was a situation, family. And I remember this vividly, like a voice said, like, how did you get yourself here? And I remember saying to myself, man, I put myself here. I took full responsibility when I was 18 years old, facing all that time, family with, didn't know if I was coming or going, but I knew that environment there, even though as a young man I didn't have the proper structure, it didn't matter. Me, the reason I'm in here is because I put myself there based on the thoughts that I had festering in my own mind, the junk, the nonsense, the static. For in a man thinketh, the book, it says that a man either lives or dies in his own mind. A man either lives or dies in his own mind. And I'm pretty sure all of you who are watching today, you understand exactly what I'm talking about. That this self-chatter, this self-talk can be destructive. So we have to begin the process of weeding out those negative thoughts. We have to begin the process of challenging and starving out these negative thoughts. Example, you may see something that sparks or triggers a thought. And right there, we got to be quick enough to catch the thought, recognize that this doesn't add to my life. This thought is not life enhancing in any kind of way. Right then and there, you starve it, meaning, yeah, the thought is there or came, but you don't give it any energy whatsoever. I'm doing something else, and you force yourself to think about something else. Think about how great you're going to be tomorrow, how great you're going to be in this particular day, how you're going to manifest goodness in your life and for other people. You understand, family? This is how you begin the process of managing and preserving all things good in your own mind and in your heart. So be of good courage, family. We are all spiritual warriors, if you know it or not. I just wanted to come on and share with the family the necessity of maintaining a clean garden or a clean mind. So, as a man soweth, so shall he reapeth. You understand? The mind is likened unto a garden. If you see weeds, pick those weeds up and throw them out. And until next time, family, if you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that subscription. If you haven't yet, go ahead and like the video. Help us to expand this channel. Help us to vote the algorithm to work on our behalf. If you here for the first time, again, welcome to the platform. And we do have a beautiful online 925 sterling silver store called Palm Trees in Silver, based in the west coast of Africa, Gambia. So tune in, hit on that description, and buy you, treat yourself today, fam. So until next time, I'm tuning out. Jano, just to tune back in. I hope you guys have a beautiful one. Peace out.